Okay, Bryter Layter. I was listening to this album yesterday. Uh, throughout this whole week, I'm on spring break here, and gosh, man, this album absolutely just man, what a masterpiece. First of all, um, I really love absolute message in just this album here. My God, just this whole album is just really brought me to, you know what I mean? It's just like when you first experience, especially with like the first time you're hearing, a certain, especially someone like Nick Drake, the first time you hear an album, you know what I mean? You get lost, you get a little bit, you start feeling a little bit central, you start having that central, a central feel, of just the great creativity, And when I first heard at least one of the greatest songs off that album, Northern Sky, I instantly was just like, I need to post this. I need to, know that I'm very enthused about, that I'm very, very, very happy, very, very, I, I need to tell the world, I need to kind of let everybody know that I just love this kind of stuff, especially coming from a guy like somebody like, of course, Nick Drake. One of the first things that come to mind definitely is just that sound. You know what I mean? He's got a bit of that, a little bit of he's kind of a lost lover, kind of, uh, that sort of, that, like, I don't know, it just has that, it brings in all just that sound of his, it's just absolutely, something that's absolutely just so brilliant. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I very much love about Nick Drake. It's like you never know what to expect. You just don't even know what to even think of. And so this very second album here, Bryter Layter, I think this definitely was a little, definitely, for sure, I just love just this great, these sound of these instruments and just the way all the, you know what I mean? Just the note structures of all of these songs are just incredible. I mean, the guy can sing, he's got that baritone sound of it, but definitely has that sound of, for sure, like I mentioned in the previous video, like Joni Mitchell. And so when I hear him, I kind of hear, stuff that she was doing a lot from her earlier albums and, onwards or whatever. And I just love the figurative symbolisms and the metaphors, just like all these great elements that he brings, onto the recording tape. It's just great. I mean, I can go on and on. One of the most interesting things is, or one of the most greatest things I catched about, at least with the first album, how well Nick Drake plays on the acoustic guitar. He's absolutely just so rich in his playing, you know what I mean? And definitely, once again, really reminds me of Joni Mitchell. I mean, she kind of plays that way a little bit, or somebody like, maybe, maybe somebody like, I don't know, maybe James Taylor, the early James Taylor, But a lot could be said, just within of what I can say about this. I mean, just a work of art. I mean, it's just a complete work of art, So Bryter Layter was the second album done by, or, that was released by Nick Drake. Joe Boyd, once again, producing the album. Some of the other guys, or some of the other, studio musicians came back here. And one of the most cool things I didn't know was John Cale. Now, John Cale was from the Velvet Underground and got fired. And so he was kind of playing with other people, but he absolutely brilliantly plays that great keyboards in Northern Sky. I mean, just, oh, it's just so breathless. It's so central. Or, how can you, I don't even know how to, a sensational or central, you know, but it's just so, just the way he just absolutely plays, just those keys and the major, you know, it sounds major, sounds minor, you know. It's absolutely incredible every time I just hear his style on this song. Just, oh man, it's just absolutely great. We also have Robert Kirby, which in fact play with a few folks. He's back here on this album. I think he does the yeah, I think he does the string arrangements here, which sound absolutely fantastic. Dave Pegg on here. Dave Maddox, I believe he was from that. I think he was from the first, or I think he did play on Five Leaves Left, I believe. Let me go ahead and just see. I'm looking at the liner notes here. I don't know if he did, but I believe he may have. Yeah, just by, I don't know. Sorry, I'm just looking at the, or I think this may be his first album that he plays on, I believe. I don't think he didn't play on the, I don't think he didn't actually, but was there, yeah, there were definitely drums, yeah. But I don't think he wasn't on Five Leaves Left. But anyways, back about the, you know, the release of stuff for Bryter Layter. It came out in March of '71, so just 2 years ago. Well, right now, it's been 52 years, you know. You know what's so great about Nick Drake is that he doesn't, just the sound of him and Joni Mitchell, just the two of them, but mostly Nick Drake, does not sound like it's time. It sounds very much like present. It sounds very present. And it just doesn't sound like it came from another time. It just felt like you can hear it, you know, you can listen to it and still get a great, you know, just a great, you know, just a great positive, you know what I mean? Just a positive feeling, you know, that you listen to something that was just so just, you know what I mean? It's just nothing that was ever heard, you know what I mean? It's just absolutely incredible just the way this album is, you know, just with all these people on here and you know, Nick Drake or whatever. So when I was listening to the album, or, you know, the first time I heard the album, I was not expecting what to expect or whatever. And, you know, the thing is, I have a feeling that this definitely sounded a little bit better than Five Leaves Left. I mean, Five Leaves Left was great for what it was, but I feel like this album here is just so, just completely just, I mean, this is unexpected. So I want to go ahead and talk about the introduction. Just so beautiful. Just, oh my God, just like Nick Drake's playing on here, it's just beautiful. But one of my favorites for sure, as it ends, it goes right into Hazy Jane, the second Hazy Jane, before Hazy Jane 2, whatever. And I just love these lyrics too as well. And what will happen in the morning when the world it gets so crowded that you can't look out the window in the morning? So it's just this longing, this kind of, this male here that's a lost lover trying to look for that perfect relationship, you know. And I love this one too as well. One of these things first. Oh, fantastic. Ed Carter on bass. Paul Harris again. Paul Harris did play on the first one. It's just fantastic. I love this lyric here. A whole long lifetime could have been the end. I could be yours so true. I would be, I should be through and through. I could have been one of these first things, or one of these things first. I could have been. I could even be here. I would be. I should be so near. I could have been one of these things first. Oh man. And then Hazy Jane 1. Oh my God. I don't even know what is better, the first Hazy Jane or the second Hazy. I don't know. You know. Oh man, it's just incredible. Then you got Bryter Layter that's on here. Just great. I love Poor Boy. Oh, I love Poor Boy. Great song. I'm a poor boy, and I'm a rover. Count your coins and throw them over my shoulder. I may grow older, nobody knows how cold it grows, and nobody sees how shaky my knees. Nobody cares. A poor boy. You know. Fly was another one that John Cale played on as well. Another great one. So, man, just within the album, the one I was definitely looking forward to the most when I just got to right when you get into the end there is that Northern Sky just before Sunday, which is a little bit of a medieval, kind of a Renaissance kind of song that ends the it's an instrumental that ends the album or whatever, which is great, which is absolutely brilliant. How he had the introduction, which was an instrumental, which is an instrumental, and then wrapping it with Sunday. It's just, what a great combination just to wrap up the sound of the album, all the songs, Let me go ahead and read some of the lyrics here to Northern Sky. I mean, it's just, I think this is definitely one of those greatest songs, right up there for sure. I've been a long time that I'm waiting, been a long time that I've blown. I've been a long time that I've wandered through the people I have known. Or if you would, and you could straighten my new mind's eye, would you love me for my money? Would you love me for my head? Brighten my northern sky. I just love that line. Wow. So I know I can make probably a whole page here, or pretty much straight out make a whole long video out of this, But I think I really, really, now that I've been listening to this album a lot, and I don't know, I think to me, Bryter Layter was perfect. Just, oh man, I just cannot explain just how well this album is. I mean, like I said, I can literally just keep rambling on and on and on about how just wonderful this album sounds. I mean, it just has that pure gold, and that's why Nick Drake was so special, So I can tell you right now, I think I kind of like this, maybe even, you see, I love Pink Moon, it's one of my favorites. But you know what, folks? I'm kind of leaning a little bit now towards Bryter Layter a little bit. Just the sound of the album, it just has a bit of that, maybe a little bit of a, kind of spiritual enlightenment. You know what I mean? It just has that pure, just that, you don't know where to go, but you seem to just linger off, and it's just that way to me every time I hear Bryter Layter. Folks, I absolutely love this album. I can go on and on, but you know what? I think I've said enough. Okay, folks, bye-bye.